If you're over 50, your freezer could be silently working against you. Yes, that's right. Some of the most common frozen foods on your grocery list may be accelerating muscle loss, inflaming your joints, and quietly draining your energy. But here's the good news: not all frozen foods are bad. In fact, a few of them are absolute powerhouses if you know what to look for. Today, I'll show you 5 frozen foods to avoid at all costs, and 2 that I strongly recommend you keep stocked in your freezer. This video could change how you shop forever. So grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's take a walk through your freezer. After 50, everything starts shifting. Your metabolism slows, your digestion changes, and your body becomes more sensitive to salt, sugar, and preservatives. The wrong frozen food can cause bloating, joint pain, fatigue, even raise your blood pressure. That's why it's no longer just about calories. It's about what's inside those frozen packages. Let's start with the worst offenders. The first food to avoid is frozen breaded chicken strips. I know, they're quick, easy, and seem like a decent source of protein. Pop them in the oven, and dinner's ready in minutes. But convenience comes at a cost. Most frozen breaded chicken products are packed with refined white flour, added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and a laundry list of artificial preservatives meant to keep them shelf stable for months, sometimes years. And here's the kicker: despite looking like a protein food, they're often low in actual protein and high in sodium and fillers. That's a dangerous mix for anyone over 50. Why? Because it spikes your blood sugar, increases inflammation, and offers zero support for muscle repair or recovery. Worse, these additives can irritate your digestion, raise your blood pressure, and leave you feeling sluggish, not strong. Instead of feeding your muscles, you're feeding inflammation. It's one of those fake healthy foods that quietly steals your energy while pretending to help. If you want real chicken that supports muscle and bone, I'll share a much better option in just a moment. Now let's move on to the next freezer trap: frozen pizza. I get it. Pizza is a comfort food, a personal favorite for many, but after 50, your body becomes far more sensitive to what goes in. And frozen pizzas are a triple threat: refined carbs, cheap cheese, and highly processed meats like pepperoni or sausage, which are loaded with nitrates, sodium, and unhealthy fats. These pizzas are often made with the cheapest ingredients possible: dough that converts straight into sugar, fats that clog your arteries, and meats that fuel inflammation throughout the body. That adds up to stiff joints, belly fat, blood sugar crashes, and, most importantly, faster muscle breakdown. Even worse, they rarely satisfy your hunger. The lack of real nutrients means you'll be reaching for snacks an hour later, and that's exactly how these harmless meals keep you stuck in the cycle of overeating and undernourishment. So next time you reach for a frozen pizza, remember, it may fill your belly, but it empties your tank. The third frozen food to avoid at all costs: microwave frozen dinners. Sure, they're convenient. Pop them in the microwave, and in 5 minutes, you've got something warm on the plate. But let me be very clear: most frozen dinners are nutritional illusions. Even the ones labeled healthy, fit, or light are often loaded with sodium, low in real fiber, and severely lacking in complete protein. What does that mean for your body over 50? You might feel full for a short while, but within an hour, you'll be hungry again, and your muscles, bones, and energy systems got next to nothing in return. These meals are often padded with cheap fillers, preservative laced sauces, and refined starches that do little more than spike your blood sugar and drag your metabolism down. Over time, these empty calories contribute to muscle loss, fat gain, and even digestive sluggishness. And let's not forget the sodium. Some frozen dinners pack in more than an entire day's worth of salt in a single tray. That's dangerous for blood pressure, joint stiffness, and kidney health. Your body after 50 needs real food: clean protein, healthy fats, colorful vegetables, and slow burning carbs, not just something hot and fast. Now, moving on to frozen French fries, a freezer staple in many homes, but a silent saboteur for aging bodies. It's so tempting to toss a bag into the oven and call it a side dish. They're easy, crispy, and comforting. But what you're really eating is a triple threat to your health: refined starch, oxidized oils, and heaps of added salt. Even the air fryer or oven baked versions are still heavily processed, stripped of nutrients, and designed for long shelf life, not nourishment. The oils used to pre-fry or flash fry them during production are usually cheap vegetable oils like soybean or canola, highly inflammatory, especially for joints and soft tissues already prone to swelling or stiffness. I'm not saying you can never enjoy a handful. A small portion here and there won't ruin you, but if frozen fries are part of your weekly rotation, you're feeding inflammation, robbing your muscles, and slowing your progress without even realizing it. Instead of fries, I always tell my patients to try oven roasted sweet potatoes or steamed baby potatoes with olive oil and herbs. You still get the comfort, but now you're giving your body nutrients that support recovery, circulation, and muscle repair, not just empty starch. The fifth and final frozen food to avoid is one that often catches people by surprise: flavored frozen yogurt desserts. Many people pick these up thinking, well, at least it's better than ice cream. But here's the truth: most of these so called healthier desserts are little more than sugar bombs in disguise. They're often packed with added sugars, artificial colors, emulsifiers, and all sorts of stabilizers that give them that creamy texture. And while they might taste refreshing, there's almost no real protein inside. That means your muscles get nothing useful, your blood sugar takes a hit, and within an hour, you feel more tired and more hungry than before. Over time, those nightly scoops can quietly drain your energy, disrupt your sleep, and leave your body struggling with inflammation. It's one of those foods that wears the mask of being better for you. But once you peel back the label, you realize it's really no better than ice cream, sometimes even worse. Now, you might be wondering, if I have to cut out all of these frozen favorites, what on earth can I keep in my freezer that actually supports my health after 50? That's where the good news comes in. Not all frozen foods are harmful. In fact, there are two freezer staples I recommend to almost all of my patients because they're not only safe, they're incredibly supportive for aging muscles, bones, and overall vitality. These two foods can transform your freezer from a place of hidden traps into one of your greatest health allies. The first food you should eat is frozen wild blueberries. This one shocks people. Frozen wild blueberries have more antioxidants than fresh ones. That's right. They help reduce inflammation, support brain health, and fight oxidative stress, all of which affect your muscle function, joint mobility, and memory. I recommend tossing them into plain Greek yogurt, smoothies, or even warming them up with cinnamon for a healthy dessert. Keep a big bag in your freezer. You'll thank me later. The second must eat is frozen vegetables. Frozen spinach, broccoli, kale, carrots, mixed veggies. If they're just the vegetables and nothing else, they're a gift to your aging body. They're picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately, preserving all the nutrients. That means you're getting fiber, magnesium, potassium, vitamins, and antioxidants without any of the sugar, salt, or oils that come with processed meals. Steam them, saute them, or toss into soups. You don't need fancy meals, just the right ingredients. Your freezer can either fight aging or fuel it. So the next time you open that frosty door, remember, you're not just picking food, you're picking your future strength, your energy, your balance, and your independence. Avoid the fake stuff. Fill your freezer with the foods that work for you, not against you. And if this video helped you rethink your grocery habits, hit that subscribe button. We talk about practical, natural ways to stay strong and